Hi, my name is Angus, and in this session of Project Management Quick Tips, we're going to take a look at listening. Why? Well, more than half of our messaging constructs are in nonverbal communications, and listening is therefore a fundamentally important part of how we manage our projects. Now, remember, everything influences behavior. And it's not just the behavior of others, it's the behavior of us, the project manager, officer, leader. So part of listening is observing the cues in other people and recognizing their personalities. Adapting by seeking commonality through some language, terminology, or shared experience. This allows us to create connectivity through common ground and appreciate someone else's point of view. What's really important to recognize that sometimes people like to listen for the purposes of rebuttal or furthering their own narrative. Whilst that might feel good in the moment, it isn't necessarily effective listening, as it could exclude us from valuable information by alienating people in our stakeholder group. So just beware of that as you get involved in effective dialogue. Listening is a critical part of effective dialogue as it helps us to actively facilitate a conversation, a meeting, or a situation. And what we're going to do now is take a quick look at a few forms of intervention and then distill that into some simple listening steps. First up, gentle intervention. When we're dealing with complex issues, we have a little bit more time on our hands, or the people we are engaging with are having difficulty articulating a thought. By listening and engaging with them, we can ask questions that help us clarify their intent, and we can repeat, rephrase, or reframe information after a short period of reflection. Persuasive intervention is important when our time constraints are different. We might need to challenge a thought or advance different ideas. And by actively listening, it allows us to pose questions, to change direction, suggest other choices, or invite other stakeholders into this dialogue and hear their ideas and opinions. And lastly, directive intervention. We might be in a tighter time constraint or in a position where we have to force or create a decision through recommendations, guidance, or directions to get to an outcome. So, as a simple sum up, active listening allows for effective engagement and better facilitation within project management environments. And in some simple steps, 1, stop what you're doing, stop what you're thinking, and get engaged. Observe the cues of the people around you, recognize their body language, and show interest in what they are saying. And when the timing is right to go forward, ask relevant questions, repeat, reframe, or rephrase information that allows you to evaluate what you've heard and respond in an appropriate fashion. So just remember, listening is a part and an important aspect of our whole communications construct and will ultimately take you on a journey to being a better project manager.